I woke up this morning at 5:22. You know, when we had analog clocks, you woke up somewhere around 5. With the digital clock, you wake up at 5:22. It's very precise. And the reason I woke up at 5:22 is because Murphy, who is a Rottweiler disguised as a Maltese, a 14-pound dog who says, I think I'm about 120 pounds. He came over and started licking my head. He likes to do that. He climbed up on the pillow, just starts licking. I said, Murphy, what are you doing? He said, Dad, it's morning. I said, the sun is not up. He said, what an incredible time to go out. I said, Murphy, I need some more sleep. He said to me, Dad, if not now, when? I got up, I opened the door for him, and he went out and he said, oh my God. I said, what? He said, it's just morning everywhere. Look at this deck. And he ran around and he looked. And you see, in a dog's life, there's no later. And there's no, I'm going to go out on the deck, but sort of only half of me will go out. The rest of me that's been worried about life will stay worried. The dog doesn't go out and decide to have sort of a good time. The dog may have been penned up all night, may not have been fed in weeks, may have a horrible story and lots of past trauma. And when that door opens, he says, wow, what an incredible day. I'm asking every one of you to be a little bit more like Murphy. Wake up in the morning and say, wow, it's morning. What an extraordinary opportunity. This isn't like any other morning. This is this morning. Take your dog, your inner dog, which is God's backwards. Take your inner dog out for a walk in the morning. Take that inner dog out and say, wow, can you smell life? Now, I worked in an emergency room for about 12 years. It was a psychiatric emergency. It was a regular emergency room, but I was a psychiatric officer. I was the one who, if you had a mental health problem, they would triage you to me. But I got to see a lot of people come in the emergency room. And while they were there, because I wasn't doing any of the medical procedures, I could watch and I could talk to people. And in the 12 years that I worked in the emergency room, I never had anybody come in a crisis saying, I wish I had lived a little less. I wish I had started some of those things later. No, in fact, the most incredible thing about an emergency room is nobody plans to be there. And it's interrupting the life that they're planning to have later. And many people are planning to have the good life later and don't make it because there's an interruption, a heart attack, an automobile accident. Any number of things can happen. And then you wake up and say, wow, why didn't I have the life that I kept saying I was going to have when I was in the mood, when it finally cooled off, when I had more money, once I retired, when I graduated from school, once I fell in love, then it's all going to happen. You see, we've always got something down the road that when it happens is going to be that opening of a door to the rest of our life. But the truth is that many of us are going to miss that opening because the opening has to be something you're prepared for by being open to the life that's here right now. When you're so excited that you can hardly wait to get outside is very different than if you're saying, oh, I guess I'm a dog, I should go outside. Okay, I'll go out. And you go out and say, I'm outside now. I wonder what I should do now. I guess I'll go back inside. How many people do you know that will call you up and say, I don't know, maybe we should go outside? You want to go shopping? Oh, it'll be so crowded. I don't want to go to Costco. You can't find a place to park. They do have some free food, though. That's worth something. And you're thinking, why am I calling this person? And they're saying, I want to have a life, but not right now. I'm tired. I need a nap. I'm a spiritual person. I mean, not that spiritual. I don't really have time for spiritual, but I'm this close to being spiritual when I have a chance, so I'm going to sign up to be spiritual. I want to hang out with God, but I don't want to have to work. And underneath all of that is a power that interrupts your own good, a power that undermines your good. Judith asked me the other day a very difficult question. She said, is it possible for you to put the mirror in the bathroom with 3 screws? And I said, I don't know. See, the complicated part was you need what they're called mollies. And you have to drill the hole. I have to find the drill. Have to put the molly in. Have to find a screwdriver. Have to position it correctly. And I thought about this, and I thought about going back to school and getting another graduate degree, and I thought, this is going to be a lot of work. I'll put it on my list. I want to pray on it, you know. It sounds so stupid, but when she said that, I said, inside of me there was a voice that said, probably won't be able to do that. That's going to be really hard. And then I thought, of course I can do that. I've done that and a lot more. I have actually put a mirror on the wall using a bread and butter knife because I couldn't find a screwdriver. There's a lot of things, not a bread and butter knife that we really liked, because at the end of it, there was a little twist on the butter knife, which adds some character to the knife, but it sort of ruins the set. But if you think about this, putting things off disempowers you to the point where it almost feels like you couldn't do the thing even though you had all the tools. Do it now, and then watch what happens. Now, I have a trick for how to do it. Ask yourself this simple question, and this is one that's been working for me for quite a while. What is the least I could do? I'll do that. From time to time, Judith will say, would you mind vacuuming? It's interesting, she has to ask me that, like I would never notice the dirt. And I'll think, I don't think I could vacuum a whole house. That's going to be really hard. But I could vacuum the dirtiest part of the house. I'll just get the vacuum cleaner out and see how I feel.